Yeah.
Yeah, he's for some reason hot.
Hello everybody, we're the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John. Today we talk about the second movie of the MCU that everybody forgets about for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. And that's of course the Incredible Hulk.
Like the amount of like fucky wuckies they did with like the Hulk.
Yeah.
It was so prominent that like people were like, "Oh, we didn't get a Hulk movie."
Yeah.
We did. It's just the actor's different.
Yeah, right? I've never with the Hulk as a character, I've never seen, what's the opposite of a glow up? A glow down? You're like, damn.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Mark Ruffalo is a pretty good Hulk.
I know,
I do like
Bruce Banner wise, he's great. But
Bruce
his
Banner wise, he's
Hulk as the Hulk, like power wise, you're like, what the fuck happened to you?
Oh, he was fine in the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the first Avenger. Like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then we get to She-Hulk and he can barely stop a jeep. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man, you're right. What the fuck?
And I can't believe it's taken them. How long has it been since this movie? Until this year, with Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross and Captain America, and they're bringing back the guy, the leader, the guy with stuff dripping down his head. That guy is coming back.
Right, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be in the Thunderbolt?
No, in Captain America, Brave New World.
Okay, gotcha.
So is Liv Tyler, I think. It's been a while since the MCU has acknowledged this movie.
Yeah, and in my opinion, this is one of my favorite MCU movies.
Right?
Now that I think about it, yes, and I've fallen through that thing as well where I'm like, I kind of forgot that this is part of the MCU.
Right?
But my God, if you like Jason Bourne, if you like The Fugitive, or you like Running from the Law movies, this is your movie.
Yeah, it's also pretty short.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck?
I could have sworn it was longer, but
Me too.
like I say it was nicely paced. Our first introduction to like Bruce Banner, I really thought like this was connected to Aaron Brana's like
Eric Bana's Hulk.
Eric Bana's Hulk.
Because of the
And I'm
intro?
like, a little bit. I was like, I'm waiting for the cloud monster. But nah, it is not connected. But we are kind of thrown in the middle. Like the things that happened to Hulk has already happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with what they did with like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like what happened to Hulk has already happened, and he's already on the run. We see him in Brazil.
Yeah.
He's doing like a factory job, just and trying to like manage like his
Anger.
like his anger with jiu-jitsu and like like my God, that instructor didn't know what he was. I don't know if he knew what he was getting into.
Like when he is asking to stop, I'm surprised the instructor's like, why? We keep going. And he's like, no, please, I'm begging you.
You just expect that like trainer to be like grind set, like get in that mindset, discipline.
Yeah, and gets tossed out the building if he didn't stop. But yeah, you said this for Captain America, the first Avenger. Like they didn't really have that many, as you say, bad time jokes. No ha-has. Like there's barely any here. It's just we're on the run from the government. No time for ha-has.
Yeah. It's just like, who did the writing for this? Tom Clancy? Like this shit was really good.
Yeah.
I rewatching it, like even my parents like kind of forgot that like, oh, he's the Hulk.
Right.
When like he's being chased by like Tim Roth.
Yeah, amazing villain, by the way, Tim Roth. That's why,
I love it.
Again, that's like an example of a glow down where you're like, I thought you were an amazing villain. What the fuck happened to you in She-Hulk? Like, why couldn't you just keep that rage like the Hulk?
I know. Glow up in a sense of I love the character design now.
Yeah.
I love the Abomination where he has the gills, the fins, and
comic accurate.
It's very comic accurate, but yeah, in terms of like character build up, absolutely step down, like maybe negative 10%. I'm like, I need the war freak Roth.
You're right.
Like Tim Roth, like
the first reveal is so great because for a while you're like, am I watching Jason Bourne or The Fugitive? And then the Hulk shows up and it's like a fucking horror movie and you're like, oh fuck. Like that scene when they're beating the shit out of him, the guy gets decimated. I'm like, well, he's dead. If not dead, he's in a coma forever.
That's what I love, though. Yeah, like, sure, I get it that it's a theme with Hulk where it's like, oh, he can't control it. But then it's like, he's gonna save the day. It becomes a horror movie at the start of this movie.
Yeah.
Well, first time we see the Hulk, it's in pitch black. We see people like getting swooped away. Like even the introduction to what's his name, Emil Blonsky.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking badass. Such a good villain. I know Ross, like Thunderbolt Ross, is supposed to be the bad, but like Emil Blonsky is just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, I do love the fact that when he sees the Hulk, he's like, I want some of that. How do I do that? How do I get some of that?
Right? He's just like, I want to fight him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. You know, there's no like, oh, there's money behind this. I'm just a paid mercenary, which he kind of was.
Yeah.
He was just like, I just want to fight that thing. He like full on anime antagonist.
Like I just want to fight. Yeah, I just want to fight.
Yeah, I just want to fight. Like he's like Cell. He's just like, I want to fight the strongest guy you got.
Yeah, it's our first preview of what a super soldier would be in the MCU. Like that college fight when he's just doing jumping jacks in front of the Hulk, and you're like, damn.
I had to look closely because I watched Captain America before this one.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this Captain America Super Soldier Serum? I really had to look closely, but like the name is different. Like, produced by. Like I had to look at the tags that was on the serum.
Yeah.
And I was like, this? I don't know. Can you confirm?
I'm not sure.
Soldier serum that Captain America had, because Emil Blonsky didn't like grow 6 foot and like was built with muscle. He was kind of like.
I mean, he was already built, so he's fine on that front. But
he's a short king though. But like, I appreciate that.
I do like the chemistry between Bruce Banner, Edward Norton, and Liv Tyler. Like like the first one, I'm like, I buy it. Why not?
It's sure.
It's kind of too short to like really cement itself. Because again, this movie is like an hour and 38. I'm like, could have sworn this was like 2 hours, man.
I do like their chemistry. Yeah, it is a bit abrupt because like we're kind of thrown in
the college fight.
No. We're kind of thrown into the middle of the Hulk story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't like. I guess that's his like girlfriend back in the day, and like ever since he became a fugitive, she doesn't know what's happening to him. You know, she kind of moved on with Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
Yeah. You know, the first time I watched this, I also thought this was Eric Bana's Hulk. I'm like, all right, Eric Bana's now Edward Norton. The guy who was Ross is now William Hurt. And Jennifer Connelly's now Liv Tyler. All right, sure.
Can I just say something? Edward Norton, in my opinion, was the perfect Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
When you think of Bruce Banner, you really do think a scrawny scientist guy. Sorry, Mark Ruffalo's a little well built. Like he's a pretty chunky dude, like kind of like me.
Yeah.
But you kind of expect like the Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing. You didn't expect like Bruce Banner's, Edward Norton's Bruce Banner to be this gigantic hulking thing.
Yeah. And design-wise, I do like this Hulk's design better than all the other Hulks. Yeah.
Yeah, he's for some reason hot. I don't know if anyone I don't know if you saw that like TikTok video, but they're like, what the fuck happened to Hulk? Because he had like the emo hair thing going on.
Oh yeah. I was about to say before you went all horny on me. I was about to say he's more vicious looking and more feral looking even. Like this, like when he comes out of the university after the glasses pop, I'm like, I don't want to fight that thing. I quit the military. I'm going away.
And it doesn't feel like Bruce Banner has control over this thing. Like he doesn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, I'm always angry. Grr.
Yeah.
Here he's just like. He's like, this is a ticking time bomb, and I don't want it to come out because I don't know who I'll hurt.
Right?
Which I fucking love. And I'm like, yeah. And he's trying to control his heartbeat, but he like at some point just has no choice. But first time seeing the Hulk in the light, and just absolutely decimate the military, I was like, this is
right. Like
this is nice.
Decimates the 50 cals. I don't know if you noticed, but like when he slams the 50 cal for the first time, you see a soldier just slump and just fall over. I'm like, well, he's gone. Decimates the 50 cals, the gunships, and you're like, the entire arsenal of the U.S. warfare machine is being decimated right now.
Can you check if he has next of kin?
Even poor Tim Roth eats bark by the end, where he's like, is that all you got? And Hulk just kicks him, and you're like, well, he's not moving. He's not breathing.
The scene alone of him just like walking towards him, I'm like, is that all you got? And I'm like, look at this. That's cold.
Yeah.
Sure, he eats a tree like a car, wrapped around. And I'm like,
yeah.
I know he eats a tree at the end of this, but like him just nonchalantly walking up to the Hulk was already like, I love this.
And you're like, again, when you see this Tim Roth and you see him and like She-Hulk and Shang-Chi, I'm like, what the fuck happened to you, man?
He was in Shang-Chi because we didn't know his like intentions. Now he's like Zen Namaste kind of guy.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I wish he was the antagonist of She-Hulk because that would have been perfect. Of like, I hate your cousin and I hate you because I want your power now. But that's not what we got. Unfortunately, we got the meta ending with Kevin Feige, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Speaking of less blatant sources of humor, like that scene with Bruce Banner and Betty in the what was it called? An inn, and they're making love, and he's like, I can't get too excited either. Just like, oh,
like, not even a little bit.
I'm like, Bruce Banner's life really isn't the best, I guess.
I guess so.
I do love the scene when they're like, how do we get to here? When they were in New York and they're like, what's the best mode of transport? How about the subway? And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Me in a metal tube? That's not.
In New York City, where it's the most stressful fucking city.
Yeah, let's take a cab, and like, it's the most chaotic ride of your life, and you're like, I don't think that helps either, man. And then she's like yelling at the guy, and he's like, you should try these anger management techniques. She's like, you should shut up.
I love it, like Bruce Banner tried to mansplain controlling her anger. I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah, man. She's like, you should shut up. He's like, okay.
Yeah, at this point, even the Hulk was scared of her.
Yeah, right. And like they go to Tim Blake Nelson to unhulk him, but they realize that he's using his blood to sell it to the highest bidder, and he's like, it's a bad idea. Why would you do that? It's you see why the U.S. military wants me so badly, and now you are doing it for them, and you're like, oh yeah, he's not a good guy. I mean, he appears to be so, but he just wants scientific advancement at whatever cost, and you're like, yeah, that's not ethical. And like, he helps Blonsky become Abomination. You say you like the comic book design, I like this design better, just because it's more, it really fits the name Abomination. He pulls out his bones and stabs the Hulk. I'm like, that's fucking sick.
No, he didn't. The Hulk pulled out his bone and stabbed
him. Oh no, he stabbed him with his elbow bone.
Yeah. I guess. But like, I mean, I just like, when I saw the Abomination in the Shang-Chi movie, I was just like, that looks way better in my opinion. I'm like, seeing the Hulk fight that thing, in my opinion, would have been better, because I think they kind of gave him like the Doomsday treatment here, where you're just like, close but no cigar kind of deal. He's just missing like the ear things. He just looks like a bulb.
Yeah.
Like roided out like Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Though I will say, I miss MCU fights like this. Like, they really concentrate on like, there's no stupid moments. There's just Hulk versus Abomination. It's pretty fucking great. I don't know why in the MCU though that they have this trend of like Bruce Banner not being Hulk, and he falls down, and you're like, he just cut off himself like he does in Thor Ragnarok, when he's like, that's what heroes do. He just kids off the rainbow bridge. I'm like, this is the second time you've done this, Bruce. Can you stop doing that? You might not transform this time. But yeah, it's a pretty sick fight in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, come on. Like, I know it's hot that we saw Henry Cavill like cock his arms. We're just seeing like Hulk pop out of the ground, his shirt torn up, like him ripping it off of him, and just like shrug his shoulders, like he's ready for a fight. I'm just like, that's my Hulk.
Yeah.
Sorry for like Mark Ruffalo. He's great. I love this Hulk at the start. This Hulk, as you said, is more. He seems more feral. He seems more vicious. He seems like not as PG. Like as we saw, like later on into this fight, he pulls his elbow bone and stabs Abomination.
Right. Can't be stressed enough that the CGI for this fight still holds up after all this time. The CGI for this entire movie holds up, which is a shame because I'm sure it has less budget than the movies that have bad CGI in the MCU now, like Thor, Love and Thunder. And I'm like, what? The fact this came out in 2008. Thor, Love and Thunder looks like it came out in 2004, if I'm being generous.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Or like it was, no, you know what I say? It feels like one of those 2012-13 movies.
Yeah.
Not Pacific Rim, but like they were those like they kind of had to cut corners. This is a teen drama movie kind of deal.
Yeah.
Kind of budget.
Just doesn't make sense when you're like, this is the MCU's second movie, and it still holds the fuck up. Like, I do love the fight where like Abomination's just like, you don't deserve this power, just stabs him with his elbow bone. I'm like, what the fuck? Don't really see this anymore. The last gritty fight I remember from the MCU was Bucky and Cap in the helicarrier, and that's about it. I don't remember a fight this vicious and this like gritty in the MCU at least.
Yeah, and like once like the Hulk has Abomination by the neck with chains, and they're like just clamoring, like it looked like a street fight,
right?
I'm just like, yo, this actually looks really good.
Exactly. I do love the fan moment where Hulk says his line of Hulk smash, and I'm like, this is the only time you've ever said this in the MCU. It's kind of irritating me. It's pissing me off. That's the only time. But yeah, it's a great fight, great ending, and you're like, I can't believe no one remembers this movie for the life of the MCU. I don't know why.
It's a really good Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the end of it, like Banner just like, it's like, hey, I can't live or like stay with you.
Yeah.
Military's still gonna hunt me down, even though they're kind of on my side now.
Yeah, they say that now, but we all know the truth. They're like, we still want what you have, and he's like, I'm not giving it to you.
And he runs to like some foresty place in America, I guess.
And that ends there, and I'm like, I do like Mark Ruffalo as an actor. I do really love him, but I wish Edward Norton stayed. Apparently, most of the drama came because Edward Norton is a diva as an actor.
Yeah,
and
he's a bit. Yeah, he's a bit hard to work with. That's the thing. And like, man, if only.
I'm like, can you just like, if only you weren't this one time, man.
Like, it would have been great to see him throughout the MCU, but dude, come on, I get it. You were in Fight Club.
Right.
Shut up.
But yeah, I do really like this movie, and it blew everybody's mind when like the after credits, they're like, that's Robert Downey Jr. from Iron Man. Are they actually pushing through with this? And he's like, who's we? And he's just like, I will see you in the next movie.
I'm like, oh, it's like, yeah,
right?
Pretty much.
I think it came out months after Iron Man. I don't know why people don't talk about it as much with much bated breath as.
Well, I guess it's because it got released with Iron Man.
Same year.
Well, they really marketed Iron Man very well compared to the Hulk.
Yeah, I barely remember any of the trailers for the Incredible Hulk. Right. I remember Iron Man. I remember seeing more trailers for X-Men Origins Wolverine, and that was a year before. And I'm like, isn't there a Hulk movie right now? What's happening? But yeah, I really do like this movie. Without further ado, what would you rate The Incredible Hulk?
I'd rate The Incredible Hulk I'll rate it like an 8.5 out of 10. It is one of the good MCU movies.
Yeah,
it is a really fucking good one. And a lot of times you forget that you're watching an MCU movie.
Yeah,
and that's why I love this movie for that. Again, it's like, damn, did Tom Clancy have a hand in this shit?
Yeah,
you know, is Jack Reacher gonna like pop out of the shadows, or Jack Ryan, or whichever of the Jacks that he has? And just like, I don't know, we had a great villain, two great villains.
Yeah,
there is Thunderbolt Ross and there is Emil Blonsky, where I just wish they didn't like downgrade that villain so badly. I'm like,
yeah, of all the villains here, it's only Thunderbolt Ross that's maintained that, like, I am for the government, I am for the government's interest, I will get whatever I want throughout the MCU.
Yeah,
and that's never broke. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, and like it is one of the villains that they didn't kill.
Yeah,
you know. So, like, he could have come back, but with, like, a vengeance. I wanted to see that. I really did. Again, Edward Norton, in my opinion, was the best Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
He is. No matter how much of a diva he is, he did such a good job where I'm like, I can't only see Bruce Banner as him. The pretty scrawny scientist guy.
Yeah.
And, in my opinion, this is my favorite Hulk.
Yeah.
This version. Where this dude, if I remember, somebody did, like, a scale. Like, this Hulk towers over the new Hulk.
Yeah, I believe that.
And it's a much darker story too, which I pretty much appreciate that they kind of took Marvel like storytelling seriously.
That story that Mark Ruffalo tells in the first Avengers of like, I put a gun in my mouth and the other guy spit it out. If it was this Hulk, I'd be like, I believe you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If it was Edward Norton saying that, I've been like, you know what? I think Throughout this entire movie, it kind of just seemed like this is just a big problem for you.
Right? I will also give this an 8. I do like the straightforwardness and like the lack of like unnecessary puns and jokes that we're so used to in the MCU. I'm just like, I don't remember rolling my eyes just once because I'm like, that's a badly timed joke. All the jokes here are either subtle or just so well integrated into why they're doing this. It's not like for a moment the momentum breaks and Thor's just like, remember, get help, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Weren't you just trying to make amends with Loki? What? But yeah, I do like this movie. A great design for the Hulk, a great fights. The CGI, again, it can't be stressed enough that the CGI for most of the Phase 1 and 2 and even Infinity War and Endgame, CGI always holds up, guaranteed. Unlike today, unfortunately. So like that's something to be said. And again, it just feels like a different energy was injected into this phase, like you said, years ago. And it's just a shame that that energy's never been injected since, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's been our video for The Incredible Hulk. What do you guys think? Who's your favorite Hulk? Is it Mark Ruffalo, Edward Norton, or Eric Bana? I don't think Eric Bana gets enough credit because I did see his Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner wise is pretty good. Hulk wise, I'm like, you could do so much better, man. Don't remember? Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't see it. Sorry.
That's fair.
I only see him as Hector from Troy. I'm like,
oh, that's fair enough. Or the lead of, for me, it's either that or the lead of Black Hawk Down because he was great in that too.
Yeah. He wasn't the lead. He was just like a side character. But like, he was a pretty cool side character.
Yeah, he acts like it. Anyway, I wonder if the Hulk will be in Captain America: Brave New World because I saw a clip of Red Hulk just smacking Cap. I'm like, yeah, I think you need help, dude. Don't think you can win this fight. Sick design for Red Hulk, though.
Yeah. See, that's the Hulk that we're kind of looking for.
Right?
You know? We just need him to be feral again. Make Hulk great again.
Make Hulk feral again. Why not? If you like what you see here, leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments. Spotify to yours on the go. In the video, I am Zoda's Voices on TikTok and Ends Wolf on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at JomJoM_ on Instagram. It is my
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.